What's good? What's good? Welcome back to Invest and Trade with Jax. I'm going to go over our friend BTC. There are some warning signs of a potential larger pullback that could come soon, so we're going to look into that. We're sitting at 28.7K, down about 2.2 on the day. Seeing a market cap of 556 billion. 24-hour volume, 20.97 billion. Let's hop into the charts. So potentially looking at the daily money flow, there's a strong bearish divergence, and I tend not to ignore the bearish divergences on the daily money flow for Bitcoin. As you can see, here's an example. Bearish divergence on the daily, massive drop. We had a bearish divergence at the all-time high on the money flow index, big drop. Bearish divergence when we pushed up to 25K. Money was flowing out. We saw a large pullback. The previous pump up to 25K, there was a bearish divergence on the money flow. We saw a pullback. And once again, we have a bearish divergence on the money flow. We just hit major resistance here at 31K. This is a major resistance level. And we have a bearish divergence on the money flow. So potentially, we absolutely blasted through 25K. Let me show it to you on the weekly chart. We blasted through 25K. Even on the daily, we didn't see a retest. So there is the possibility we may create a higher high first, 32K. 33K, it's possible, but there's definitely a good chance that the RSI on the weekly is high, the money flow is high, that we could finally see that 25K retest and potentially come back to retest the bullish cross here on the weekly time frame. Where is it at? Basically right here, come back down. If I pop it open to the weekly time frame and retest these EMAs as the bullish cross starts to form over the next couple weeks. I think there's a high possibility of that scenario playing out. So just some strong warning signals that you should take into account. It doesn't mean we can't push higher first, but looking at our previous wave count, we were looking for that potential wave 4, but as you can see, we broke the 50% retracement. So unless it's a deep wave 4, which is unlikely, we've already broken it. We've already broken the 618. Then I think there's a good possibility that this wave 1 is complete, basically the wave 1 of the larger wave 3, which means that the wave 3 could potentially be larger. If we do see the pullback, let's say we pull back to the 618, which is at 23K, then basically your wave 3 within the wave 3 would push all the way up to 50,000, wave 4 pullback, and then come up for a wave 5 just to complete that larger wave 3 here in red, which is definitely possible because your wave 3s can extend. So if you take your fib retracement from the low to the top of this wave 1 to the bottom of this potential wave 2, your 1.618 target would be up here at about 43K. But as I mentioned, it can overextend past the 1.618. So that would make sense where wave 3 could take you all the way up to 55 to 60K. So that's what I'm watching for. I'm just going to remove these fibs quickly. We are starting to break below the 20 EMA on the daily time frame. Let me just take out this fib so it's more visible. As you can see, just slightly we're breaking below the 20 EMA, which can be a first warning sign of a larger pullback. As you can see, when we started to lose the 20 EMA, we saw a large pullback. So we saw a beautiful bounce off the 20 EMA at 27.9K, but we are starting to break below it. So we'll see if we close below it on the daily time frame. It doesn't mean we can't create a higher high first, as I mentioned, push to 32, 33K, but there is that large warning sign. You can see how strongly money is flowing out while price is pushing up, which is a warning sign, especially on the daily, that the whales are taking their profits and the retail traders are pushing the price higher, and eventually you're going to see that pullback. I had posted in the Discord a few days ago that the greed index was almost at the same number it was at the all-time high. So April 17th, greed score was 69 out of 100, just 10% away from its 75 out of 100 mark when BTC traded at the most recent peak. So that was the previous all-time high. We're at 69. We have come down a little bit now to neutral, but the fact that we were that high is another warning sign that we could see some pullback. So as I mentioned, we could see a higher high first, but that's a strong warning sign. I decided to move my stop loss to break even in a sold trade. The trade's still ongoing, but if it does get stopped out at break even, I'll be fine with that, because I do believe there'll be better opportunities for long trades if we do potentially see a larger pullback. in the short term. Just go to your daily chart and look for those bearish divergences on the money flow index, and you can see how often they play out on the daily chart for BTC. It doesn't mean you can't create a higher high and still create a lower high in the money flow and then see that drop, but it is a warning sign that shouldn't be ignored, in my opinion. And the fact that we broke straight through 25K and we haven't come back yet to retest it, which is an absolutely massive level of support as it was previous resistance. And the bullish cross, we may come back down to test those EMAs on the weekly as we start to print the bullish cross in the next couple weeks, which is a bullish signal that is yet to fail for telling us that the bottom of the market is in. So hopefully we do see that. If we do end up pulling back, great opportunity to add to some long-term hodl positions, in my opinion, especially if price were to come all the way back to the 24 to 25K range. All right, gang, so make sure to sign up to either Bybit or Bitget. I do the majority of my trading here on Bitget, up to 8K in bonuses, up to 30K in bonuses on Bybit. Check out my full length tutorials. Email me or sign up email. I'll give you completely free access to over 2,000 members posting chart patterns, talking all things crypto. If you make your first deposit to one of the exchanges, 30-day free trial to my signals, analysis, crypto news. Members like to post their profits in here as well. What's going on? There we go. Mahado alt plays. If you want direct access, it's only $10 a month. You can sign up through the Patreon. Otherwise, make your first deposit, 30-day free trial, no questions asked, no strings attached. All links in the comments. Smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Hope you have a terrific day, and I'll see you in the next video. Much love. Take care.